Right now, live at 5.
Down trees and power outages. People are picking up the pieces after a night of storms tears across the region. What you need to know coming up tonight.
Plus,
amid stalled contract negotiations, the nurses across the Twin Ports begin picketing. We tell you more coming up.
but first,
the House January 6th committee says former President Trump and those in his inner circle leaned on state officials in an attempt to overturn the 2020 election. I'm Skyler Henry on Capitol Hill with more from the panel's fourth public hearing.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. The House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack convened its fourth hearing this month.
The panel heard powerful testimony from state and local officials detailing efforts to overturn the election. Skyler Henry is on Capitol Hill with more.
Tuesday, the House January 6th committee argued former President Donald Trump and top aides pushed officials in key states to overturn the election in his favor, despite warnings it could lead to violence.
The president's supporters heard the former president's claims of fraud and the false allegations he made against state and local officials as a call to action.
One gentleman that had the 3 bars on his chest, and he had a pistol.
Arizona's State House Speaker Rusty Bowers faced threats after he resisted pressure from Mr. Trump and his attorney at the time, Rudy Giuliani, to replace Arizona's electors. Bowers recalled this exchange with Giuliani.
He said, "We've got lots of theories, we just don't have the evidence."
Also testifying were Georgia's top election officials Gabriel Sterling and Brad Raffensperger, who received that now infamous phone call where the former president asked for additional votes to win the state.
We just followed the law and we followed the Constitution. And at the end of the day, President Trump came up short.
A 2020 Georgia election worker said she and her family were physically accosted and faced death threats after Mr. Trump and Giuliani made false accusations about a scheme involving a ballot.
Wishing death upon me, saying things like, "Be glad it's 2020 and not 1920.
During Tuesday's hearing, the committee also publicly ramped up scrutiny on the actions of some of their Republican colleagues.
What did Mr. Biggs ask you to do?
He asked if I would sign on both to a letter that had been sent from my state and or that I would support the decertification of the electors, and I said I would not.
British filmmaker Alex Holder now says he has complied with the committee's subpoena to overturn exclusive footage and interviews with the former president and his inner circle in the days before and after January 6th. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The committee plans to hold another public hearing this Thursday.
We're about a month and a half out from what's expected to be a closely watched August primary, highlighted by the race for governor in both Minnesota and Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, local clerks are now preparing to send out absentee ballots. You can still go online and request to have one mailed to you. There are different deadlines for sending absentee ballots and voting early in person. You can find those on our website. In Minnesota, meanwhile, Duluth voters can start casting their ballots in person at City Hall this Friday. You do not need an appointment, and of course, you can also vote in person on primary election day, which is August 9th.
A man wanted for murder may have traveled into the Northland, and officials are asking you to keep an eye out. They're looking for this man. Philip Novak is accused of shooting another man to death. The suspect's body was found in a ditch on Thursday just south of Eau Claire. Authorities believe Novak could be in northern Wisconsin or the UP. Anyone with information is asked to call the Eau Claire County Sheriff's Office. We have the number at cbs3duluth.com.
After weeks of stalled contract negotiations, nurses across the Twin Ports began picketing today.
Off-duty nurses from both Essentia and St. Luke's hospitals stood outside their workplaces with signs all day. Cars drove by, honking their horns in a show of support. According to those on the Minnesota Nurses Association negotiations team, the 15,000 Twin Ports nurses want better pay and benefits. But their main focus has been staffing, pointing to longer hours as hospitals are short-staffed. They hope this picket will encourage hospitals to both hire new staff and retain tenured employees. Chris Rubesh, an Essentia nurse, hopes hospital leaders will negotiate in good faith.
You know, when we hear from management that they don't think that nurses support our proposals or that nurses are engaged in this process, a turnout like this really shows us that they're wrong. Nurses are driving this process, and nurses are not going to stop until we get a fair contract.
The current contract expires June 30th. Anytime after that, the union could authorize a strike. After a 10-day notice, on-duty nurses could hit the streets as well.
Both hospitals declined an interview today, instead issuing statements. Essentia said they value their nurses and the role they play at the hospital and respect their right to picket. They added they'll keep negotiating to reach an agreement that works for both sides. And St. Luke's spokespeople say they're listening to the nurses' demands and believe they've already issued a fair contract proposal. They have published that proposal on a new website, which we'll have a link to on CBS3Duluth.com.
Tonight, thousands across the Northland are still without power and picking up the pieces after a night of severe storms.
CBS 3's Rob Cole spent the day on the Iron Range, where he spoke to a homeowner who saw significant damage.
I'm here in Side Lake, one of the areas hard hit by Monday night storms. If you look behind me, you can see uprooted trees. That's one of the causes of the power outages in the area. Crews are still working to get power back on for many, but at one point more than 10,000 Lake Country Power members were in the dark, and close to 11,000 Minnesota Power customers were affected by storm-related outages. Lori and John Fido live in Side Lake. They've had their home close to 30 years and just finished a remodel, adding a second story. Lori Fido says her house was severely damaged, and it happened very quickly.
Sounded like they say, a freight train. It was really loud, and we could hear the trees coming down on the house and being uprooted, and things were shaking because the ground was moving from all the tree action that was happening.
Vito says she and her husband John hid in their sauna during this storm. They say the damage happened in about 5 minutes. Here, Side Lake is just one community impacted by the storms. In Chisholm, Public Works say they've experienced power outages and flooding from backed up storm sewers.
All right, thank you, Rob. If John Fido's name sounds familiar, that's because he's the former mayor of Duluth. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from a power utility in Hibbing about the impact the storm had on their community.
And last night's storms turned deadly when a tree fell on a camper in western Minnesota. It happened near Alexandria around 11:30 last night. Authorities say someone called 911 saying they heard people yelling inside a trailer with a tree on it. Firefighters helped pull the victims out. A man did die at the scene, and a woman was taken to the hospital. No word on her condition tonight.
Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. It certainly was an active system overnight.
Yeah, that system ran along the Laurentian Divide and this time affected towns north of the Divide rather than ones to the south. That always seems to be a big storm splitter around our region. Those storms are not quite done with us yet, and I'll explain why in just a bit. But first, we start by eyeing up the advisories that are in effect for tonight. As always, that flood warning near the Canadian border, International Falls area, in effect until further notice. So good luck, folks up there. Still getting water, still getting flooding. Hopefully it ends soon. Thanks to winds kicking up tonight, there is a small craft advisory for the shoreline of Lake Superior. But if you're wondering about those orange counties for parts of the UP, that's yesterday's heat advisory. It's moving east and leaving us alone tonight and probably through tomorrow, because that cold front up north is attached to one of last night's lows, and it's going to come through tonight. And it might stir up some showers for the Iron Range. But for the rest of us, it'll probably be dry. But what that front's going to do is knock our temperatures down. We had 90s yesterday, 80s today, 70s coming our way for Wednesday. So here's that short-term forecast. Rain, showers, dry elsewhere, lows in the mid-50s. Should be better sleeping weather. Tomorrow's highs in the mid-70s with sunshine. Will that last? Because you know nothing around here ever lasts forever. We'll show you which way things are going to go by Thursday with my 7-day forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, after last year's intense drought, reimbursement is finally available for impacted farmers. How you can apply coming up in City by City.
Now through the end of June, Link RV is giving away a $1,000 gas card with every new RV purchase. We have a huge selection of inventory, so stop into Link RV and let us fuel your next adventure. Link RV Center in Minong, where reputation is everything.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647.
Here at Nicolay Law, we've been really fortunate to have people that have worked here for over a decade, to have people that are friends, to people that are family members, and that transfers over to a unique law firm, a law firm that wins for our clients because of that unique relationship, that connection, that dedication, that watching each other's back, and that everyone here wants to help each other, and more importantly, wants to help each other's clients.
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from the aerial lift bridge tonight. We can officially say happy summer. Today is the summer solstice, meaning it's the longest day of the year, so be sure to enjoy some of that sunshine. Dave will be in with your first summer forecast of the season in just a few minutes, but first, Briggs has a look around the region.
A career fair for those interested in joining the 148th here in Duluth, and there's still some time to sign up for Muskie Festival fun this weekend in Hayward. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start off in Minnesota with some relief for those whose farms took a toll during last year's drought. Applications are now open for reimbursements. Drought-related expenses can be applied to crop or livestock farms, including but not limited to water-related costs, additional hired labor, canceled farmers markets, and more. Farms can anticipate up to $7,500 in reimbursement. Applications officially open today and must be submitted by July 6th. We'll have more details on how to apply on our website, cbs3duluth.com. And next we head to Duluth for a job fair happening tomorrow. The 148th Fighter Wing will be hosting its second annual career fair, showcasing the wide variety of career opportunities the branch has to offer. There will be service members and recruiters on site to answer questions, and a free lunch will be provided. But registration is required. We'll have more information on how to sign up on our website, and the fair will run from 10 to 2 tomorrow. And we wrap up tonight in Hayward. Yesterday we told you about the grand marshals for this year's Muskie Festival, and there's still time if you want to take part in the fun too. You can still register for the annual car show, 5K and 10K races, canoe and kayak races, and more. Plus, organizers are looking for more volunteers before and after the parade. The 72nd annual Muskie Fest runs Friday through Sunday. We'll have more details on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, helping people understand the severity of heat waves by naming them. Details on the new climate change proposal in just a few minutes.
Our friends at the National Weather Service are running a little bit behind here today. They haven't updated the almanac yet for the current stats, but they do have the archive information. So our normal high is 74, the normal low is 52. Tomorrow will be close to both those numbers on both counts, yes. But for how long? It could warm up again as early as Thursday. I'll talk about how high this next round goes coming up after our break.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Hi, folks. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. Call, check your zip code, see if you're eligible, and get what you deserve. Call now.
Call 1-800-310-2570. That's 1-800-310-2570 now.
World-class rodeo action returns to Spooner, Wisconsin for the 68th annual Heart of the North Rodeo, July 7th, 8th, and 9th. Some of the top cowboys and cowgirls in the United States compete for over $100,000 in prize money. Food and beverages available along with live music following each day's rodeo competition. Get your tickets today by calling 800-367-3306 or purchase online at SpoonerRodeo.com. The Heart of the North Rodeo is back.
Everybody wants to go to Spooner Rodeo.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
Down trees and power outages. People are picking up the pieces after a night of storms tears across the region.
It's still warm today, but temperatures have come down from yesterday, and I'll talk about what they'll do tomorrow.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Last night's showers and storms rumbled especially through northern Minnesota, but a good chunk of the rest of the region, Wisconsin and the UP, also got a little bit of a taste of rain. So looking at our rain totals here, we went from 1/4 inch in Ely to a 1/2 inch for Hibbing, a little more than 3/4 towards Two Harbors, a little more than 1/3 for Grand Rapids, 1.2 inches for the Twin Ports, 1/3 inch in Solon Springs, a 1/2 inch for Hayward, and lesser numbers from Ashland over towards Ironwood. So that was a doozy of a storm, especially for Iron Rangers. Now we get a break tonight. Calm weather tonight, tomorrow, and maybe most of Thursday before our next storm chance comes around Thursday night, and that shot may last through Saturday. So we talk more about it with the 7-day forecast. Right now, here's what's going on at the airport. Partly cloudy sky, west wind 21 miles per hour, relative humidity only 36%. And our barometric pressure, 29.88 inches of mercury. Current temperatures, well, yesterday we were all in the 90s. Brainerd cracked 100. I hear the Twin Cities got at least a 99, at least some suburbs. Today, a lot cooler and calmer. In fact, look at International Falls, a nice, comfortable 73. And Hibbing's not so bad at 78. 81's run from Cloquet down towards Moose Lake and even towards Hinckley, going through Sandstone and Ascove. Into Wisconsin we go, where it's a little bit warmer, low to mid-80s. 85 Ashland, 84 Superior, 83 right now Ironwood, 86 degrees in Watersmeet. Well, high temps tomorrow likely will tumble into, I think, the 70s because of a cold front coming our way. This is the conglomeration of lows and fronts that came through last night and stirred up those storms. Well, the tail end of this one is going to bring its cold front through the area tonight. So what that's going to do is kick up a chance for some showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms, just like last night from the Mesabi Range and Vermilion Range up towards the Canadian border. The chance this time around is only 30%, and it shouldn't be as vigorous as it was last night. So the local live Doppler here shows fair weather in the UP, fair weather for Wisconsin, fair weather for our area right now, but there's that line of showers already brewing up in northwestern Minnesota. So we'll be tracking these as the night goes on in case they do become severe. There's always a chance for that this time of year. So that cold front, it's going to also help push cooler air into our region in conjunction with higher pressure. And so tomorrow, we're going to become cooler. Instead of 80s, we're dropping into the 70s. And the high will still be with us and keep us on the sunny side through most of Thursday. Although, once we get into Thursday night, that low pressure system could bring us that next chance of rain I mentioned. Tonight, in Minnesota, our low temps, they will be in the 50s. Border rain possible, should be dry elsewhere. Wisconsin, Michigan, mid to upper 50s for lows, partly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, sunny. Wisconsin, Michigan numbers go 74 to 78. The normal is 74. Minnesota gets sunshine with highs from 70 to 78. Right in the middle is 74, the normal. And here's our extended forecast. We do warm up back into the mid-80s on Thursday after that one-day cooler break. Low 80s for Friday, but then we plummet to only 70 by Saturday. That rain chance runs from Thursday, Friday into Saturday. Then we come up sunny and 70 to 75 from Sunday through next Tuesday.
Thankfully, those folks who saw that storm damage will have a couple of calm days before the rain comes
before we have to worry about it again.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Well, today is the first official day of summer, and as Dave mentioned, many of us have already experienced that summer heat.
And as heat waves like this one become more frequent, some researchers are suggesting a system to name and categorize them, hoping this will help the public better understand the dangers of excessive heat. The proposal would categorize the severity of heat waves on a scale from 1 to 3, using factors including the heat index, nighttime temperatures, and how fast temperatures have climbed over the last 30 days. The scale would vary from region to region. Excessive heat causes more deaths in the U.S. than other weather-related disasters, including hurricanes, floods, and tornadoes combined. Naming heat waves could change that trajectory.
If something is the silent killer, it needs a PR tactic and some branding. And we believe that if we give them a name, people pay attention.
The system is launching for the first time today in Spain, and 4 U.S. cities are also testing out the heat wave scale, one of them being Minneapolis.
Following last night's storms, it's fitting today is Lightning Safety Awareness Day in Wisconsin. According to the National Lightning Safety Council, 11 people were killed by lightning in the U.S. last year. That includes a 60-year-old man in Menominee last August. Ready Wisconsin says if you hear thunder, you're in danger. You should get away from elevated areas and bodies of water and avoid sheltering under a tree. If someone is struck by lightning, you should call 911 right away.
It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Precious Paws Humane Society in Chisholm.
This is Frank. He is a 1-year-old kitty who our friends at the shelter describe as being more like a dog. He will follow you everywhere, and they say he is the world's biggest cuddler. If you're looking for a lap cat full of love, Frank is your guy.
A lap cat.
I love Frank. Look at him just sitting there. He's just waiting for someone to come snuggle with him.
Those eyes, they'll get you. They'll suck you right in. I also love the human names once again.
Frank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
love
cute.
If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Frank, you can call the number on your screen.
Still to come, celebrating summer, music, and the community. Details on a summertime proclamation in Superior coming up next.
I'm Carrie Harris, owner of Diabetic and Comfort Shoes. We have been in business in the Northland helping you with your everyday foot problems stemming from diabetes to plantar fasciitis for the past 17 years. Stop in and see the complete line of men's and women's shoes, from SAS to Allegria to Vionic, for those millions of people battling plantar fasciitis. And we still have a great selection of comfortable shoes for diabetics, Medicare and Minnesota healthcare approved. Remember, no foot problem is too big or too small. We'll find the way to your soul.
Hi, this is Brian. And I'm Steven. As your locally owned sporting goods store, we would like to invite you in for this upcoming spring and summer season.
Are you or your child looking to upgrade your used quality sports equipment? We are always looking to buy or trade.
Trade in, trade up, and save!
Morning, Dan.
Love the new truck.
Got it through Ford Blue Advantage.
But this is used?
Yep. Took a few test drives at my Ford dealer, got everything I was looking for.
Did you get a warranty?
Ford backed. The Carfax support too.
Visit your Ford dealer and get a certified inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, Carfax report, and a money-back guarantee. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you.
You did get everything.
You had me at Allison 10-speed transmission.
Premium features available on GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Sierra Heavy Duty models are arriving weekly at your local GMC dealers. Available for immediate delivery with 0% financing.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS 3.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
It's just so special.
We are down to our final 4 teams.
The pressure is on. That right there is going to inspire so many people.
Who will be moving on to the grand finale and who will be going home?
We will see. A new Come Dance With Me Friday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The Iron Range helped welcome a tribute to our nation's heroes today. The Wall That Heals is a traveling replica of the National Vietnam Veterans Memorial. This afternoon, motorcyclists help escort the wall around the range as community members line the roads with American flags. The Wall That Heals will be set up at the Chisholm football field this week. There's a special ceremony planned for 11 o'clock Thursday morning before it opens to the public at noon, and then it will be open until 2 Sunday afternoon. Taps will be played each evening at 6 p.m. The United Way of Northeastern Minnesota helped to bring the wall to the range.
Well, today is officially Make Music Superior Day. Superior Mayor Jim Payne, who you just saw there, made that proclamation this morning before playing a few notes on the French horn, which impressively he hasn't touched since 5th grade.
Wow.
He sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Payne says it's all about celebrating the city's annual Porch Fest concert series, which kicked off earlier this month.
People of all ages, musical genres, and ability levels, from students and amateurs to professionals and marquee artists, gathered throughout the day in Superior to engage in music making.
Porch Fest events are happening each Thursday throughout June, July, and August in Superior. But for Make Music Superior Day, there will be concerts happening all throughout town from 6 to 8 tonight. So you still have time to get out and enjoy that in this nice weather.
We've got a lot of news tonight. America's nursing home crisis, how staffing shortages and unsafe conditions are putting elderly at risk. That and more tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. When joint pain or injury becomes too much to bear, turn to Essentia Health's expert team to keep you moving forward.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-919-1340. That's 1-800-919-1340 now.
Hey, neighbor, you switched to T-Mobile home internet yet?
Trim your hedge.
It's $50 a month with no price hikes. Bam! It runs on T-Mobile's wireless 5G network. So all you gotta do is plug in one cord.
T-Mobile 5G home internet. Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no hidden fees.
I did it.
Oh!
I switched to T-Mobile Home Internet, and I am loving it.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Why didn't you tell me to switch earlier?
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. Join me, Kristen Vaki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki every Tuesday at 10. Only on live, local CBS 3.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Tuesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6.
Tonight at 5, we were in Side Lake as the area was hit hard by yesterday's storms. Many people are still without power tonight as crews work to clean up. Coming up at 6, we hear from local utility workers about how they're going to tackle those projects.
And also tonight at 6, we hear more from Twin Ports nurses who began their informational picket today. They're pushing for contract negotiations that not only address pay and benefits, but say their main focus is staffing, pointing to long hours and staff retention. We'll have more on the next steps at 6.
That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
We'll see you back here at 6.